all ladies conversation. And I have my ladies from the Total Women Network here. Hello, Lorna.
Hello.
Hello, Lydia.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, now this morning I'm excited to have you here. I can already tell that you both have, really great energy.
I said that when I came in.
All smiles, I like it. No, that is how we like it in the town.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good energy.
Let's roll.
Good energy and all of that. But how are you ladies doing?
I'm doing good. It's been fantastic, and I loved the weather last night. I slept so well.
So well, right? No, I thought it was
well.
only me. I couldn't even wake
slept
up.
so well.
When I was waking, I was like, oh no! And that hasn't happened in a really long time.
Yeah.
The weather was
weather
just right.
helped me sleep yesterday despite the lights out. So,
Right.
yeah, imagine if it hadn't rained and then the lights had
Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
This
heat.
week.
Unfortunately, that has been, the plight of a lot of us, for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
The shocking thing is when even there's no light and you on your gen, it's like it takes not the heat, but even your fan is on, but I still find heat.
It's so humid. Like, it seems. I was saying to someone that it seems the air has been held. Like, honestly, nothing works. But yesterday I slept without fan, without AC. So hooray! And I slept really well. So we like the weather.
The weather was good.
We like the weather. Unfortunately, you know how when it rains, a lot of things don't go well in Ghana. Like when it rains, I'm always happy, but then I'm always sad as well.
Other people
Also
always
knowing
feel
that
it.
people, are
stranded
sleeping
outside.
out on the streets and
The
all of
flood.
that.
There's an
and all of
issue
that.
at
Exactly.
Nungwa Junction with
There's
one
always
of
an
the
issue
banks.
somewhere.
The roofing.
There's always an issue somewhere. But anyway, let's get into the conversation. For those who are just joining us, we are going all the way till 10 a.m. and we are going to be first talking to Lorna, who is the PRO Total Women Network, and then also Lydia, who is the head of projects. Okay? All right, ladies. So let's get into it, right? First, let me speak to PRO Lorna.
Hi.
The totality of Total Women Network.
Right.
All pun intended. What is it? Please take us through that.
Okay, so once upon a time, the founder or convener of this NGO moved from a military barracks into a space called Teshi.
Okay.
And some of the things we found there were pretty much new and very unassuming to us or to her. So thinking through it, what does a today woman look like? A today woman should be empowered. A today woman should be able to empower others as well.
Right.
A today woman should be able to be on the table and put something on the table. What are you bringing on board? And so she came up with this NGO to empower, inspire, and give people that aspiration to do more, to want to do more, to be able to speak out and voice out. Okay. So about 10 years now, Total Women Network has been on board. It has birthed a number of initiatives that we'll be touching on pretty soon as we go on with our conversation. So yeah, let's empower, let's educate, and let's inspire.
I like that. And usually for these things to happen, the people who are championing it have to be a certain level of selfless, for this to happen. And 10 years into that, Lydia, what would you say have been some of the significant strides that Total Women Network has made?
Okay, thanks so much. Let me say hello to your viewers and all that. Anybody listening to us, watching us on radio and TV. Hi.
Hi.
Let me quickly touch base on what she said earlier on with the Total Women Network Foundation, looking at the kind of women we are looking at. Not just any woman, but the age range equally is a factor.
Okay.
Girls from as low as 13, 14, because of our project, the Girl Pad project that we are hammering on. So coming back to your question, the strive. Let me talk basically on the projects that we've had. Yes, we've had like the Girl Pad project that we are having now is one of them. The Love project and the Skilled Woman. The Skilled Woman is especially for women from 18 years going,
Okay.
where more or less it has to do with capacity building.
Okay.
Because like she made mention in Teshi, looking at where she's coming from and where she has gotten to, where she got to Teshi, the kind of women that are there, what are they doing? What are they doing to empower themselves? That's why we came up with the Skilled Woman Project.
Okay.
For women like that. And again, on the Love Project, let me touch a little about it. For the leprosy. So every year we go to the Weija Leprosarium.
Oh.
Yes.
So you meet Father Campbell.
Yes.
Oh,
Every year.
One way or the other linked to that. That's why I know Father Campbell, because he used to come to my secondary school, St.
I
Rose's,
see.
back in the day.
I see.
He used to come there a lot, and then we used to make our own little contributions to the little
Ah,
so that's how I know.
Maybe after here we'll still have to talk to you. Every year we do that. Honestly, we donate. We have a small community, a platform for the Total Woman. It's a WhatsApp platform that each and every one of the women on that platform donates something. It can be clothes, it can be water, anything, money.
Okay.
So we gather all that and give it to the Weija Leprosarium. So basically that has been, but we are looking at embarking on other projects. In course of our conversation, we'll talk about that more.
Exactly. Okay, so the Skilled Woman Project, the Love Project, and then the Girl Pad Project, right? And that is a very sensitive topic. Also, we are in Menstrual Health Awareness Month,
Exactly.
okay, which will be ending next week. So if you haven't, done anything in relation to that, you can reach out to people in your own way as well. But that is what the Total Women Network is about, and that is what they are doing. So now let's talk about that, okay? Delving deeper into that. When did this one in particular start? This one in reference to the Girl Pad Project, Lorna.
Right. So it started in 2017 when a conversation was going on about the attrition rate in rural areas, especially for the girl child. And it was such a sad story to listen to, that the girl child couldn't be in the classroom because of their menstrual hygiene or awareness. Some of them don't even know what sanitary towels are, sanitary pads. And the stigma that was attached to staining yourself, and you don't even know what's happening. All you're seeing is, blood in your panties, and you don't know what it is. Some of them are just scared. They don't have anybody to educate them on it. So as parents, as in the rural areas, they will just say, okay, you're not going to school, just stay in the house. And the girl is being kept out of the classroom.
For that period.
For that period. Sometimes within that period, they don't even end up going back into the classrooms.
Right.
Because some of them are being given out to marriages and whatnot. I mean, that's
what's wrong?
Different
it's a whole different conversation for another day. But looking at these and engaging with our stakeholders like GES, community leaders, why don't we start this initiative? And a big shout out to all the NGOs or organizations that are championing this course in supporting the girl child with this to improve the attrition, or cut down the attrition. Let me say that, cut down the attrition in the classrooms for the girl child. That bathed this whole idea.
Now, I wanted to find out, in reaching out to some of these schools in the rural areas, are there some challenges that you face with maybe the parents or the teachers? Because the stigma, they also worry about their kids. Like, we would like to get them sanitary towels and whatnot, but there's this, I don't know, sometimes parents and teachers are just difficult when it comes to these things, because they feel like people are coming in only to give it for this period.
Yep.
How are you able to get into the schools and get the permission? Because it's really difficult.
Ooh, the bureaucracy in our part of the world is crazy. But again, big shout outs to the GES and then some of the forward thinking community leaders who support this course. I mean, we have people who would go there, do a one-time thing, and then it's over. Some of them also just go there for the baits and the clicks. I went there to do a donation. Let's take our cameras, let's do this. So obviously they would have this pushback on receiving or being receptive to such initiatives. But again, because we are data-driven, we are it's evidence-based what we've done, and the fact that they see a long-term, not just a short-term view of what we're doing. So we are taking this initiative of building the
Girl, you can.
The Girl You Can to
project.
support some of these initiatives. We are building a powerhouse for pad productions where we engage with these manufacturers and producers to have a powerhouse. So at any time, at any given point, if the girls are going through such needs, they are able to go into the centers to have access to it. So so
Right.
it is not just a one-time thing that we do.
Okay. Now, I was just running through this, this booklet. This is the Girl Pad Project booklet, and I see that you've listed a number of schools that you've been to. So there's Atakom JHS, Jasican District, Shire Hills Presby, Dimona Knowledge Hills, Standard Foundation School, Teshikam 2 School, Tibo Presby Primary and JHS in Akosombo, Ankase Matalam DA Basic School in Ketifrachi District, Tehed Primary and JHS, Epiphany Anglican School in Amasaman, Teshi Legma School. Okay, so this is a long list, right? Lydia, this will be for you. How do you decide on which school to go to? Right.
Okay.
And also in touching the lives of these people, even in some of these schools, there are people who can afford, you know, to buy the pads. There are people who can't afford. So in also deciding the school, how do you decide which students or which girl child needs these pads?
Good question. We have an age range that we look at one. Again, we have volunteers on ground. Like she rightly mentioned, we work with GES. We have the local community as well, volunteers and even doctors, health practitioners. So they'll help us in identifying some of these girls in various schools. So there's always a plan that we have yearly. Maybe this year we are going to maybe the eastern region, we are going to maybe the northern region, or we are concentrating on Accra. We do all that. And another thing we are even introducing this year is the girl pad power bank.
Ish.
Yes.
That's a lot. That's
It's a pad bank that we are trying to install in most of these schools that we have distributed pads to so far, so that any time that there is shortage or something, we good. So we give let's say 3 to 6 months pad to the girl child in most of these
for
schools.
each girl.
Yes.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's really nice. Now, there's this conversation that has been going on, right? How pads have become very expensive. You know, we want the cost cut because the thing is, pads are necessary, right? As a girl child, when you get to a certain age, you don't decide that you want to menstruate or not. It happens
forever,
right?
That is what I would say.
Exactly. Here lies the case. Pads have become expensive. Pads come at a cost, yet condoms are free.
Girl.
And cheap, right?
Let's get into it.
Yeah, the conversation
This is Lenny. She shakes table.
It's quite touching. But it's quite touching, and it almost doesn't make sense, right? Because also, these girl children in the rural areas may not be able to afford it because we have conversations where people are using cotton, they are using pieces
I will
of
share
cloth.
my story.
Please do. They're using pieces of cloth, they're using gauze, they're using just so many things, right? And even tissue paper.
Yep.
And
Even
it's sad.
leaves.
Even leaves.
Yes.
Leaves?
Yeah.
See how sad that
They
is.
scramble it. They scramble it and use it.
It's wild.
And how would that hold blood? You see, how would that hold blood? I'm just saying all of this to say that how are you also championing, you know, this cause so that maybe for the higher quarters, people in the higher quarters, right? They just reduce the taxes on pads and stuff like that. But of course, Lydia, you say you had a story to share. So when you share that story, Lorna will get into the taxation and all of that.
I'll share my story. Growing up, I was using, they call it amonsen.
The red one.
Not the red one.
Which one?
Not necessarily the red one. You can get any cloth, tear it. And
Once you tear it, it's called
now you fold it nicely. Then you put it inside your panty.
Me, I saw the red one. That's
You
why
saw the
that
red
came
one.
to mind.
And it's not healthy. Very unhygienic. Because you don't know when, like you rightly mentioned in her earlier submission, that you will get soiled or something. You have to wash with your hand at that time. So it's all a stigma, part of all these things that we have to.
Traumatic.
It's too much. But some of us are able to afford it now. And you made a mention of something. Not everybody can afford pad. Even in Accra and some areas, it will shock you that at the end of the month, some women will be struggling. Some even end up using, if you have 15 in a whole pack or so, you'll be changing a morning, sometimes evening, afternoon and evening.
It depends on your flow, 3 or 4 times a day.
Whether you're a heavy flow person, you use like 3. So if you have like your cycle is 5, 6 and all that, look at that. How many? 3 times 5, 15. A pad is finished. A pad is close to 20 and all that now.
It's even more. And you see, it's how the cost of these pads have gone from maybe 5 CDs 2-3 years
20.
ago
To 25
to
and
Was
over
it
25
last year
CDs.
that I heard in Parliament they were discussing a bus that a bill that's supposed to pass. They didn't do anything.
Nothing.
Please,
So
do it for us. We beg.
this is where I want to really appreciate Honorable Francis Xavier Susu.
Okay.
He is the one championing this, and the fact that it's a male who is actually
doing that.
championing this cause. I mean, Kenya was the first country to take off taxes on sanitary
Tanzania as
products.
well.
Yes,
that.
Nigeria has started. Nigeria is working on that. Australia, Canada, Jamaica. I mean, what are we doing to support our own?
In Wendy Shea's words, Ghana, wake up!
Right? So yeah, as an NGO and most of the other NGOs championing this cause, we are fully behind Honorable Susu. Mr. Parliament House, Mr. Speaker, please push this agenda for us. We beg you. It's hard already as it is, and so yeah, just let's push this. Let's cut off the taxes on sanitary pads. Women, we build the world. So yeah.
Take care of us, please.
Yes, take care of us. Now, talking about the Girl Pad projects, right? I feel like all the other projects you have feed into each other. So is there a way that maybe from the younger age, when you talk to them about the hygiene and the Girl Pad you're able to, help them transition into the other projects as well? That's the skilled,
The skilled woman and the love project.
Is there that connectivity that allows the woman to go through, because she educates, empower, and inspires.
Okay, good. Because the Girl Pad project, as part of one of sub projects we want to launch, is the Girl You Can.
Okay.
That is next month. We are launching that on the 14th.
This is an
June.
unofficial invitation to you, though.
Yes.
We will send you an official
Where's it
invitation.
happening?
In
For
Teshi,
everybody
with the
else who
soft
wants to.
launch, what happened in Teshi before
Teshi
we
is the
move.
base for the Total Women Network. It's
Yeah,
the hub.
it's not just Teshi.
Just not just Teshi.
I mean, you have branches, but that is the core.
I think that was where it was
Started.
based. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So most times, whatever we are doing, we look at
Teshi
the
first.
Teshi, then we transcend into other places.
okay.
So we are introducing the Girl You Can. The Girl You Can is more or less capacity building platform that we are launching next month, because you notice that some of these girls are very intelligent. That they can do more. We can equip them, empower them into various skills, career development, career counseling, career guidance, and all that. So we have, because of that, we have the Girl You Can next month. We have mentors for these girls that we are coming out with. We have people that can guide them. We have people that can take them through other lessons. Whichever thing you want to learn, whether soap making, something to equip yourself in this world, because you just don't have to get a skill. You have to get skills. And I keep saying that God doesn't give us giftings and talent alone, not just a gift, not just a talent. As you are sitting here, there are 3 or 4 things that you can do. And women, we can multitask and do more. So that's why we are launching this Girl You Can project for some of these girls who would want to advance into other areas and spheres of their careers and their lives.
Okay. Now this will be to Lorna and Lydia, right? In reaching out beyond Teshi into different towns, different neighborhoods, different communities, different regions in Ghana, what's the ease? The ease will first come to Lorna. The difficulty is going to Lydia, right? What's the ease in doing these reach outs, right? And then also the joy in the fulfillment, in reaching out to all of these people. And then we wheel over to Lydia so that she tell us what the difficulty is. And should someone want to come aboard, if there's a number to call and then how they can reach you.
Yeah. So let me take it from this angle. So the Girl Pad project doesn't just end at giving sanitary products to the girl child. We also educate them on how to even calculate their cycle. How do you read your safe period? When do you know when your ovulation period is?
That's nice.
I mean, this generation, we're a bit wild. And so we are not just taught abstinence. Abstinence is the difficult part, but how do we teach them protection as well? Which is the difficult conversation that even parents at home,
They don't want to have.
they don't want to have with the kids.
Some parents, unfortunately.
I mean, some parents.
Yeah.
So the difficult part is you not knowing what you don't know and adjusting to the change. Because in some communities, giving birth in high school is the goal. And they would have a wild outdooring for their child.
I don't want to mention some countries. I know of some countries that I actually worked there. From before 18, they will start asking you, who is your boyfriend? When are you guys ready to settle down? In your country that you just visited not too long, they will push you into it.
They start early.
Yeah. So even when you are 25, 30,
That means you are late.
you good.
Watch it.
Even you are 40, you are late. You are late. Because even when you sit on their television station, like you monitor them on social media and all that, and they are doing certain issues, they will ask certain questions. The way the guys will respond, you are an old woman now. Me, I should come for you.
Hey, God, I beg.
So I mean, you're shook, huh? It's wild. Don't worry, we'll take you on some of these. It will be an adventure for you, basically.
Fingers crossed. Let's see how that plays out.
You see, So it's always difficult to talk them out of it. That no, there is more you can do. There is more you can achieve. This is why the Girl You Can project is also coming up, so that they can see some of the modern women. They can see how do they become a model like you. People look up to personalities, but how do they get to become like them? So fine-tuning the mindset that it is not just what you see now, but there is so much more embedded in you as a woman that you can unearth is the hard part, especially getting some parents to even come on board. Some of the challenges too has to be with the sponsorship. It has usually been family and friends. Like she said, there is a community we have on WhatsApp and whatnot. But then again, let me look into the cameras. Which camera am I looking at?
Okay.
Hi everybody. So this is the PRO from Total Woman Network. If you have a proposal on your decks requesting for support, especially the manufacturers and the producers of sanitary products, we beg you, it has collected enough dust. Please pick it up, dust it up, look at it. I mean, there are data in it, there are statistics in it. You can see the impact that some of these little things we are giving to them is making in their lives. Please look at it and support us. This is a good cause. Let's build this together. Thank you. So
That's a good moment.
The sponsorship part sometimes is the hard part. Breaking that status quo in the girl child in certain areas and setting children's mind that there is more that can be done. The difficulty with breaking the bureaucracies to get access to these teenagers, to the girl children, usually is the hard part, but I think we are getting there gradually.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about the ease, and then she talks about the difficulties. But
I spoke about
everything. But you also spoke about teaching the girls, how to calculate their safe periods and all of that.
Yeah.
So we'll come to that, right? For those listening to us who don't know how to calculate their safe periods, if you can just touch on that, for us. But Lydia, how long have you been with, the Total Women Network?
Total Woman, close to, I would say 3, getting to 4 years.
Okay. What was that thing that made you decide to join? And then after joining, what has been that fulfillment for you in also helping people? You mentioned your experience of having to use Amonsin, right? Times have changed, and now PAD is what it is. Okay, I don't think that some people will even know ever what Amonsin or gauze is
Yeah,
for
that's
PAD.
actually true.
So what is that joy for you in being a part of the Total Women Network?
I would say for me, I've risen from a certain stage in my life to where I've gotten to now. I was not like this. I've always had the belief that, Lydia, people will address you as who you are. Wherever you are going, you are a brand. You are this. You want to achieve A, B, C, D. That has always been a motivating factor for me. And I love women. I love women. There are times I listen to or see stories on TV, hear them on radio, and I shed tears. That even if I can't do it, I can partner or be involved with a lot of projects that can champion some of these things and help women out there. I mean, I have women in my family a lot. And I've equally always believed that my grandfather, when he was about to die and he did his will, funny enough, he gave most part of the will to women.
Oh, I like it. I like that.
It was recently, and my mom was like, Lydia, I want to know yeah, I do, because most of the will or the man miss yafu. Because and I'm not disputing or shaming men or anything. We women, when we give birth more, and let's say it's a man going to marry from another family, a lot of women in our family that are going to marry from other families, their guys, we end up bringing the children to our side more than to the men's side. So all these things were factored, the passion driven and looking at, okay, at some point I was like, Lydia, I want to give birth to women more because I don't have women in my lineage, like men in my lineage like that. But somebody would have thought, like, let me give birth to men and no women. But I love the fact that I want to give birth to women more because I would want to empower them. I would want to see them climbing a certain ladder, not just climbing a certain ladder for their name's sake, impacting the generations more, doing a lot of them more. So that has been the passion driven. And it is willingly, like I said, we have a community that all of us, we contribute and make sure some of these girls, some of these women out there can have a better life, a good life for that matter. Even giving them money to buy food to eat and all that. It goes a long way.
Now that you've mentioned that, for anyone who wants to join the Total Women Network, how do they go about it? How do they reach you? Is there a number? Is it social media?
We have a number.
Okay, so please, can you put that out for us?
To add to that, we are on so many platforms, or most of the social media. We are on LinkedIn, we are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram.
Okay.
So we are in the tech world. It just can't be phone.
You are digital.
It just can't be phone. So you can reach us on any of these platforms. DM us, inbox us. We will look at our DMs most times. The handle is Total Woman Network across board. Total Woman Network, Total Woman Network. That is the agenda. And the number to reach us on is 0244 115395. 0244 115395. That is our founder's contact. So we are taking you straight to Jesus Christ.
I want to talk about funding. You mentioned that most of the time it's family and friends. Has there been any reach out to you to help fund these projects for maybe people you don't know?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like she rightly said, we are on the social media platforms. New media is actually the ish now.
Yeah.
And so when we are going for such course, and we post it out there through the ad boost and whatnot, people randomly reach out by just sharing on their status or our status as well. Be it IG, be it WhatsApp, people randomly reach out to also support. And this is also a call, aside from the support, if you also want to volunteer in joining the road tripping into these communities to support, do reach out to the contact as well, or send a message through the handles that were given so that we urge you on. We need all the support that we can get.
It's really important.
It is.
Now, Lorna, I did mention that I would like you to take us through the calculation, of the save period. It's really important.
I wish I had brought the card here because there are some people who menstruate for 3 days. There are some who menstruate for 4, 5, some even up to 7 days. So each cycle comes with its own calculation that you do. And one of the things that you don't know is that the 28th, which happens to be the climax for the World Menstrual Hygiene Day, the number 28 was actually taught about because it's part of the calculation of the cycle. You calculate the 25 days. The 3 days is what you use to climax it. And so another time when I come, I'll make sure I come with the board so I can properly explain and show how the flow works.
Okay.
But yeah,
That'll be great.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back for that.
Fingers
Okay.
crossed. Fingers crossed. All right. We've been talking to Lady Lorna Corte and also Lady Lydia Gifty Hagan. Okay, Lorna is the PRO Total Women Network and Lydia is the head of projects. We've spoken about so many things. All right. I'm going to open it up so that they can appeal. Again, Lorna did his, but Lydia,
Yes.
should you want to just touch one person out there today to want to give to the Total Women Network, what would you say?
Okay. Thank you very much. Anybody listening?
Is that
Listening or watching us? This is Total Women Network. We've been running this thing for close to 7 years. And the funding has been us. We want to reach out to any woman. Look at, if not the men, you women, because we have children. Women like us, daughters and all that like us. We are reaching out to you. The number again is 0244 115395. Just send, even if it's a CD, a 2 CD, it makes something. And again, we are reaching out to corporate entities, companies. I wouldn't want to mention names. Like my sister said, you have the proposals on your decks. Kindly help us. If I have to be on my knees, help us. Let us help these women. Let us support them. They go a long way to better the lives of Ghana and the world at large. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lydia and Lorna. And what I can say is that the Total Women Network is up to something good, right? Now, you heard Lydia mention 7 years, but the 7 years is for the Girl Pad project,
We've
right?
done close
In
to
totality,
4,000 parts.
Oh,
Yeah, almost
a lot.
4,000.
that's a lot.
So 4,000 per person. Look at how many we've given to them.
Wow.
4,000 per person.
No, parts.
Okay,
4,000 parts in total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a lot. Anyway, talking about numbers, the Total Women Network has been in existence for almost 10 years, right? Since inception in 2015, they've been at this. They've had, other projects as well. You heard them mention there's the Love Project, there's the Skilled Woman Project. They are going to have the Girl Can project as well, which is off the Girl Pad project, and so they are up to something good. All I can say is, please, if you want to donate, please donate to them. They've already mentioned that you can find them on socials, or also for the number that Lydia put out, you can reach them on there as well. We've been speaking to Lady Lorna Corte, who is the PRO Total Women Network, and also Lady Lydia Hagan, who is the head of project. You're still tuned in to Culture Daily. We're going to get into our morning bites now, dissect whatever issues have been trending since yesterday. I'm going to be doing that with Isilfwa, so let's call this the Lenisi podcast. Okay. We'll be back after this break.